Hello, viewers. Welcome to the Fat Network. It's a pleasure to have you back here, even though it has been a while. You haven't seen me on the screen, but it's really a great pleasure to have you here once again. And today we are having a very interesting discussion with an NGO which is called the Gambia First, which is a non-tribal organization that focused on addressing hate speech and tribalism in the country. I mean, these organizations were made to understand was formed in January this year. And then join me in the studio to set lights on the activities and the formations of this organization that is expected to make a great impact in this country. From my far right, I have Mohamed Sao, who is the head of Council of Elders. And I have another person here who I will be changing his surname until we finish this program, who is no other person but Alpha Umar Jallo, who is the director, who is the NGO director, but I'll be calling him Alpha Umar Balde for now. And from my left, I have a colleague here who has also been doing extremely well in the media, who is no other person but Sukai Jajusi. She's the deputy program manager of the Gambia First organizations. Gentlemen and Sugai, welcome to the Fat Network. It's a pleasure to have you here in our main studio in Bijila. But first, I will start with Mr. Alpha Omar. We need to understand that the Gambia First is an NGO that focuses on addressing hate speech and also tribalism. First, you can introduce yourself briefly and tell us the rationale behind forming this organization.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Dauda. Balde anyway, as you said, we are here today to introduce our NGO to the Gambian people, so that they will know the reason why this NGO is formed. And I'm so happy to be here at Fatu Network together with my colleagues, and then you also hosting us. Thank you very much for that. And the main reason of forming this NGO is basically the political tribal baseline that is going on in the Gambia is going at a high alert, so it needs to be stopped. Especially the 2026 presidential election is fast approaching, and if things have to continue in this way, we realize that it can have some security issue and it can affect the country. So this is the main reason why we decided to form this organization. This year, it was our intention to form it earlier than this year, but then due to other reasons we could not. But we thank God, the Almighty, for giving us the strength to form this organization at this particular time.
Thank you very much. I mean, you've highlighted key points that which are very important in ensuring that we achieve our national goals as Gambians. I mean, which is addressing hate speech and also unifying Gambians under one umbrella, that is to say no to tribalism. Yeah. I mean, as far as this organization is concerned, we're expecting to see a lot of positive outcomes, hence you highlighted the goals of this organization, and I believe that it is of no secret that hate speech and tribalism is happening in this country. But I'll go to Mr. Saho, who will be speaking to us in Mandinka, for the purpose of those who cannot understand the English language. Mr. Saho, ngajale ko alla nyinka fomi yalon ko alka kumande the Gambia Force wolomti Gambia ale Gambia laje ba janyaga kudolje so afom molle munatna ale nyin kafo nati pour kaje ko albe ko kella mi yalon ko wolom kumolti mi yalon ko mol ba fokanne andung o kumol mi yalon ko ani nyatuta manta ani moldol mi yalon ko fanan ebe si ñoyala te sembentu yan kan Gambia jay kaf me tribalism munatna ale ñu organisation of form
baraka bake Dauda mbe Fatu Network konto na ka suti o konto ka duwa telephone dinkel ye fanan an Gambia journalist fondinkel be albe min kada ka banko kan ka duwa kodatio kan na ñol fanan konto Gambia NGO Gambia First NGO munad na ngalo si fatan fanso kan na korosiro ya commencé ndel mu matelu kono jan ke balti birin juna Gambia be nu nyame ani bimbe Gambia jabe ta kan tabulo minna ma mira ko mbo Gambia kil ngol kono so ni alifal nata ne hakilol fay ka korosiroke kaje ko telmu bi dinngol leti bar kunu ka kudol le moy e kam min moy kunu bi o mantara kerin so muna mu solution ot oto nga Gambia je janimbe ini tenjela adu Gambia banko folo le feneta jani hada madungol oto ni hada madungol nata ibe tarakol to ni si fadam fanso ni adunta adol kono adunta dino kono adunta bungol kono adunta politiko kono mi yalon ko o politiko le ka sonia nin ko ya bo nyoto banko kan o be tinya kan so kam maynar hakilo soto ka kafu nyoma kanyi NGO ni yele pour se dia moala ay du système o kono janni fo Gambia betala faw a système o se sondo moluku katinyaro dandi janabe jamfala
ngajele ko allanyin kafo mi yalon ko pareta ka ku kendol ki Gambia banko kan albe molle nyinin kam mi yalon ko wala political party mi yalon ko because ngajele ko jama tribalism wala si fadam fan soti aning hate speech to ba wol ka fu mi hate speech ka ko mol fu mi yalon ko ka mol tumi ya tara pour just ite pareta ka motinya munana alle politician ol target
politician olu Dawda a jama bije itelle ka kuma kango ni kacha baki adu telle malla fala adu abi telle fanan tinya kan dina society multi bari politician ol damma manke tagetoti tageto bita kan na dina bunda molu kan mimbarol to tagetol bita kan na imamol kan nibe kullo ni na fudushitol tagetol bita kan tichal kan ni be school to ye dindingol kafu nyoma ila kuma labango sikenyi ko albe bakilin fakili atelle kata mono minyola atelle fele sirinjang man sibo sito jambal be karandika otal be kile so nanyi message beta banko bele kan par be doa nyini la banko alfali bulu ise doa NGO nyeye makuiro fanandi pour se banko be yayi nyina Gambia bendiala tolirungo mimbe la flaka dung because already adun tambe dolu kanne bari nga bunda korra bunda al sorompura kana dung because intel mu local population le timbe local population le fanan kono nka min moy anin da ka tra bulari min kono anin nya ka min je fongo kacha janni abe na Gambia banko lanjurla
abarka bake sai mitala I will go to Sukai judges who will be helping us to ensure that all those who cannot speak the English language and Mandinka will also get this important message in Wolof. Sukai, just briefly, I will ask in English because I have very terrible Wolof, and you will answer in Wolof, okay? Hence you have the advantage of speaking both the two languages. Tell us, why do you think the formation of this organization is timely and is important?
Thank you, Dawda. Jërëjëf si lu ñu host. Di gërëm képp ki nga xamante ne bi la jamono yaa ngi ñoo seetaan fii ci Fatu Network and ma ànda fii suma ay boss ñi nga xamante ne ñoo form organisation bi su ko defee da Gambia Force mu nekk li nga xam ne fana name bi itself dafa sell out boppam so li nekk di wax rek mooy balaa anything the only thing we should say is Gambia because tey képp ki nga xamante ne Gambian nga jóge Gambia dem outside duñ la laajte sa tribe what you gonna be asked is duñ la laajte mooy ban dëkk nga jóge so obviously li nga wax mooy Gambia so fanaa ne lii dafa nekk li nga xamante ne it should be a priority to every person ki nga xamante ne mu ngi ooyee boppam a Gambian so loolu waral ñu come up with this organization and the motto of course is no to tribalism pour gis ne yi fi tribe dina génna na especially comme ni nga ko waxee when it comes to politics dafa nekk li nga xamante ne mu ngi indi ab yaaxute bu rëy a rëy recently rek ñu ngi gis a perfect example I would give mooy President Barrow speech bu mu joxe meeting bu mu doon am at Brikama which was actually directed to Ousainou Darboe, the leader of the biggest opposition party. So these are all tribal speeches yi nga xamante ne wala nañu wax ne hate speeches yi nga xamante ne it's not necessary when it comes to Gambian politics so foog nañ ne lii dafa nekk li nga xamante ne mu ngi yaaxa politics in general in the Gambia ba tax foog nañ ne we deem it necessary to come up with these things to make sure ne dinañ gën a waxaa askan wi gën a waxaa nit ñi pour gis ne mun nañoo def politics without including if it tribal things yeah
gis ne loolu am na solo trop te boo leen taxawee ba pare ngeen bëgg a fight li nga xamante ne mooy yëfi tribalism. xam naa ne du nekk fight boo xamante ne dina yomba ndax yéen a ngi prepare pour face all those difficulties ñoo xamante ne ñu ngi si yoon bi di leen xaar.
waaw xam nga nag Gambia taxawal fii organisation yombut. This is not the first time ñu ngi come up with this organisation, not us but some groups gis nañ ne génn nañ si di wax ne what they are trying to do is mooy ñu fight tribalism ñu génnee fi hate speech bi waaye at the end of the day dañ dee gis ne du dee last due to so many reasons when it comes to financial issues, when it comes to certain issues yi nga xamante ne it's within organisation yoo xamante ne dañ ko dee form so xam nañ ne it's not going to be an easy journey. Why still we're gonna give it a try gonna make sure ne lépp li nga xamante ne soxla nañ ko pour organisation bi mu work dinañ work towards it su fekkee ne we have to go and knock on doors by force dinañ génn si pour ñu make sure ne organisation bi dina nekk loo xam ne it will be a very big impact when it comes to Gambia and Gambian politics.
jërëjëf ma dellu si Mr Jallow gis nañ ne organisation ci bari dañ dee taxaw di wax ne this is the purpose, but at the end of the day, 1 year, 2 years down the line, you see the organization, relaxing in their activities. So understanding that your mission and vision is to ensure that Gambians get away with what we call tribal sentiments to focus on the bigger picture, which is seeing the Gambia first. And understanding the challenges ahead, when you're trying to make an impact, obviously there will be people who might feel offended because they've been addicted to what has been going on. Are you ready for all those sacrifices?
Thank you, Dauda. Yes. Once again, I want to say that before forming this, the Gambia First NGO, we have made a lot of studies. We have observed, we have think and rethink again, as I told you. The intention was to form it earlier than the time we formed it, January, but then we were working on certain issue to see exactly how ready and how prepared are we. And then, thank God, it's not easy though, because forming such an organization really need commitment, need hard work, and you have to fight a lot of things. So we realized that we are very much prepared. No matter what is ahead of us, we will do our best to conquer that. As Sukai said, there are a lot of other organizations also who came earlier with such an idea, but then finding it difficult to move on. And we came also again, and we are ready to face all the challenges that is ahead. And as you said also, there are people who are benefiting from this tribal baseline. And those people will be offended in any way. And most of these people are very powerful people. Because when I say powerful, you know what I mean. And dividing people at times on tribal baseline for personal interest. We are seeing it here in the Gambia. So, and those people doing that, they are powerful people. And fighting them needs a lot of strength, a lot of power, and which we are trying to accumulate so that we will see how best we can push it no matter what, door-to-door campaign. Even it requires door-to-door campaign, we are ready to do it. And in that case, we will not relax at all on our agenda, we will move on. As I told you, Special 2026 is fast approaching. People in this country need to be really sensitized about this tribal baseline and individual interests based on political achievement. Because if things have to continue like this and people are not being educated, obviously I dream something that may bring some difficulties in the next election that is coming.
You're coming at a time which is very crucial. We have 2 more years to our next presidential election.
Yes.
In the past presidential election, we've seen how tribal sentiments have played a key role in making sure in how the electoral process was conducted, because we've seen the campaigns when politicians will take the podiums spreading hate speech and again going against each other's tribes. And looking at this, you've made research I mean, now let's take a flashback from 1965 to date. What do you think we have achieved as a nation? And don't you think tribalism have played a key role in hindering the country's progress as expected?
Yes, it have played a very important key role. It have set us back. We should have passed this stage. From 1965 up to date, Gambia should have passed the stage we are. But due to tribal baseline, political tribal baseline is setting us back. Do you know this tribal baseline is even at this, in every house you go, it is there. For example, this last election, the last presidential election, you go to some villages, you want to speak to people, they will tell you, me, I'm a Fula, I want to support this particular political party. Me, I'm a Mandinka, I want to support this political party. And I'm telling you, right inside the villages, not even in the urban area here, a remote area whereby you meet only about 10 compounds. And the people that you are talking to, maybe ask the people that we are talking to, they are people who are elders in that community, and they have voice.
And they have this in their mind.
Yeah, they have already this thing inculcated in their mind. But then inculcating those things in their mind, obviously there is somebody poisoning their brain, because they were not like that in 1965, since we gained independence up to this time. And from that area, I realized that this tribal baseline is poisoning. It have already poisoned the elders in the rural Gambia, and who are well respected, and now it is transferring to the children.
Interesting. Yeah, we will come back to that. Mr. Saho, ngajele ko kabin Gambia ya fan soto. Mo jama jikitele ko tribalism keta kuti mi alon ko ay banko nyim batande pour kala nyaatuta hammo mi alon ko miliyalon ko wala independent fight pour Gambia ya fan soto wala hammo men soto non ami tribalism e ku jamale tinya woto ni kumu banko la yirwa amanta nyama ite ko jeje nyaadile.
Thank you Dawda Ndimma. Yen hakilo murundi bakele adun be min fo nola atel dinnugol hakilo barakata bake bi al hakilol sabatita kebaro ni lamoyroto si fatam fanso ay min tinya Gambia kono ma tinya duniya dulato politiko damantede hani na baluo ani na futulu bi a be lanjur bo tangot nyina ta kuma kirina mbo cikalanna mbe alla nyi shuti o fatu konton na bake a wonderful program mundi Gambia First NGO la for free ngani tandi Gambian ko la sa kamudo ka te follow le kunko nyi sene sai ate follow le silo wala ka Gambian kolu hakilo murundi si faram fanso kan aka jawya mindi hadama dungol adum bine mo pointa la ko fada sim fada fansi fola asisa mba police because of kuja o memu bara ina politiko tinya kana bolo tinya kana futo tinya ka adol tinya ka dino tinya ngami lonto kuno ya tratilu mawulu example kili ngaje jokadu in 1988 nte sate fola nte mo fola nga muso tara abe dindin fula abe sinjo di kanyina aba di kanyina bari nyi dindin do ba ma tata senola ate manta aya dingo to abula kasu sundinye ari manke sikilidi muruta je 1997 ndato musu kilingo jibe nkai ka dindingol mi susindi be nyaadile akonye ko olbe ke batale karantale fo do tamata imaje wo musu domi nka dingo susini fo nka fo ko fu be musikili neti ko hani ako biole kante dingo mako yekili ka ke kilintin kiya nafaje adu nunto nte stado moro ninte jita skulu nte ni tenkata do moro ke itele ba mala bunkoro folo kola ngatante ba mala bunkoro nga do moro ke woto ake kilinti bari last week nga moje abi finde kan so kona ka dingota kata karfa sido laten mi musikilinti oto ni si fadan façon te Gambia kono molbe wisale tala kanaja ay ku jamale tinya bari politicianolu ma faham kam mansa do dundi ka banku dindo dundi ka do fintini muna dana ka kolea Gambia si fadan façon la si ñolu fele brite lefta kam mansa do bonde ka banku dindo dundi dro very easy ibe denta ñola yake man si jibe walatina Gambia kono pour nga kayro fali ño bulo kono aka kolea bari mbe tarla kolea kono tem fam bondi no la kolea kono ka soni anade si fadan façon le atin but thank God mbe fondinkel tentula mbi jayla yenyi hakil kendo min nati Gambia kono bari mbe banko mobe dan lay be samuta akana lamfu komi suke min fo akana tinya yeto nyafo NGO ni program kendol kana Gambia nol singo koto sanji kilindro dol ka fa bara alnga ki alay nyin kana fa be banko mobe danila sembetul besi bulo dunje adu fondinkelu be programme o dada kane pour que banko be to bantabani bantaba adu be silo danila IG bulu asem fasa na police luto kam fasa governor ni sefol ni alkalolia be jiala dami pour que nyim banko to ni banko jata ni ala kitital pour que nyi tandi Gambian ko la akana tambi so na boss kamin fo alifal mi abila brain kono fenna adu ndije amantara nunje so amon futa minna brain kono akana tawoto oto hanikabi alhamdulillah ndesi min fono nte minje a politiko la site la dino la site la ntabanna fola jam bar mbe ala tentula mbe duwa kafula banko molu politicianol na fultiolu dina molu be sa janjande.
Yeah, Abaraka Baki, let me just go back to Sukai. Sukai, we've seen this country has struggled a lot from colonial days to independence, and tribalism was something that this country wasn't known for. And you've heard what Uncle Shah have just elaborated on, which I can also attest to. When I was very young, you eat everywhere. When you leave your house, you eat everywhere until you go back to your house. And sometimes I remember back in the days when I go to someone's house, if I don't eat, they will beat me, because they will be like, do you think your house is better than here? Here is your house. That is something I can still remember in the days. And I am not crazy enough to go back to my house crying, because I know if I do, that will be a bitter punishment for me as well. So you can tell us, our wall of listeners. Later I will go back to Mr. Jallo if he can really help us with those who can speak fuller. I guess Jallo can help us with that as well, because he highlighted a very important point, which is a place which was very known for hospitality, where all tribes were just one. Hardly you understand which tribe is this if you visit. That is the rural Gambia nowadays. You go to a community, you understand exactly this house is from this tribe, this house is from this tribe.
Yeah. Jërëjëf Dawda Uncle Saho moom dafa daw suma yaram bi. Yes, because dégga la ñun xale lañ, waaye tamit am nañ suñ mag yi nga xamante ne fekkoon nañ leen fi balaa ñu doon gaañu, te dangaa gis tribe bi nga xamante ne suma mbokk yi soose proudly dañoo nafu la maa ñëw feneen, understand nga. So loolu dafa nekk li nga xamante ne they would say it proudly those days and all of that. Dañ dee yaakamti sax pour am jabar boo xamante ne they are not from the same tribe. So li yëpp mu nekk li nga xamante ne Gambia dañ ko xamee as a peaceful country si loolu noonu, but dinaa ne Dawda soo gisee li yëpp mu ngee dem, the main problem wala the main issue is politicians. Man, personally, I'll blame the politicians for bringing in these tribal issues, because at the end of the day, politician bi lu moo xalaat mooy moom lan la moo gën. Understand nga man, most of these politicians that I have seen in the Gambia, they don't see the Gambia first. Comme suñu organisation bi duñ ko tuddee, they only see themselves. Seen boppa lañ dee gis first before the Gambia. So when it comes to nga ne nationalism ak patriotism, loolu dafa nekk li nga xamante ne gisatuma ko in Gambian politics. So lii moo nekk the main problem bi nga xamante ne ñu ngi ko nekk di am. Su fekkee ne nationalism amatuñ ko si xoli nit ñi, képp ki nga xamante ne mu ngi fi boppam la gis first, Gambia du musa dem. Like people like Madi Jabate and a lot of people gis naa ne recently ñu ngi call Gambia a failed state. Yes. Talib Ahmed Bensouda gis nañ ne bu UDP bu ñoon am seen press conference bi with regards to Barrow speech bu mu wax to Ousainou Darboe. Talib Bensouda came out openly wax ne the Gambia is a failed state. Understand nga? So these are all examples yi nga xamante ne ñi nga xamante ne ñu ngi look up to them as leaders. Ñu ngi come out saying the Gambia is a failed state. Lu tax ñu war a ooyee the Gambia a failed state? Gambia bi nga xamante ne since 1965 comme suñ mag yi nuñ ko waxee dëgg la fekkee wuñ ko but we have read history. Read nañ books te gis nañ a lot of things yi nga xamante ne mu ngi doon am during the late Sada the Jawara's time li nga xamante ne suñ maam yi mun nañoo toog te ñu explainal ñu Gambia nu mu neexee woon even though it was not even that rich but that peace bi nga xamante ne amoon nañ ko jaama bi nga xamante ne mu ngi woon si diggante ñi nga xamante ne ñoo nekk ay dëkkandoor ñi nga xamante ne xamante wuñ sax but dangaa am yeneen outsiders yi nga xamante ne jógee nañ somewhere else ñu ñëw Gambia te dañ leen a bokk si seen biir xooluñ si seen tribe xooluñ si seen diine xooluñ si dara just because they are human dinañ leen embrace ñun Gambia loolu la ñu xamee understand nga so because of politicians I would say ñoo indi this division bi nga xamante ne mu ngi am between Gambians comme suma boss nu ko waxee nga dem to certain communities certain villages the whole village gis nañ 2021 presidential election bii nii there is this village bi nga xamante ne benn tribe ñoo fa nekk and they all voted for one person benn politician rek moo fa win the other political candidates yi ñëpp 0 votes lañ fa am so what does that tell us
gis naa ne ñu bari tamit man am from the village maa ngi bàyyi xel ba léegi time bu ma nekkoon ndoo dangaa gis pour kër sa si buntu kër bi mbaa de si biti gannaaw fen si kër bu nga gis fa nit ki mu ngi tul fa maalo def dee jafe trop because yow soo lekkee mu des danga koo jox sa noonu autocol sa dëkkandoo but now de soo génnee si kër yi sax nga gis mbalit mu ngi fees ak maalo te the person in the next house maybe kooku amul añ sax te amul ndeewu ndax loolu tribalism tamit bokk na si li nga xamante moo waral loolu
waaw bokk na si tribalism bokk na si xeebaange bokk na si rëy-rëylu wala bokk na tamit si man maamun lii te maybe comme defante bi daal so dégg la li nga wax ne dégg la because especially during weeri koor weer bi nga xamante ne moo gën a seela si weer yi Gambien si ñu war a jàppalante dangaa gis ku nekka soo gisee sax moo si ñu ne ni ñu dee tuur bugga nga sa dëkkandoor xam te lan nga lekka ndax ko nga tooga ndax chicken nga tooga wala yeneen yi so it actually depends on nit ki si boppam mindset am bi ak naka la téye boppam ak ki nga xamante ne mooy dëkkandooram so foog naa ne su ñëwee si fi tribalism ba tey tribes si dañ dee gënalante dangaa toog ba dégg tribe bi moom ñu leen gën a ñaaka amut wala tribe bi moom ñu leen gën a tilim there are certain tribes yi nga xamante dañ ko dee dégg every day tribe ñii nga xamante ne tilim lañ leen xamee understand nga so these are all things yi nga xamante ne mu ngi indi issues coming back to our homes Dawda su fekkee yow as a responsible waajur a responsible yaay ak papa nga toog ak sa ay doom ay xale nag dañ dee wax ne waajuram mooy first teacher am even balaa moo dem school so yaa ngi toogaa sa xale sa ay doom toog ne ñii de suma dikkandoor bii de tribe bii lañ te lii ak lii ak lii ak lii lan nga nekk di jàngal xale bi nga xamante ne mu ngi toog sa boor ndax xale boobu noonu du mag with that concept bi nga xamante ne at the end of the day dafa génnaa concept boobu in the society so these are things yi nga xamante ne war nañ koo xoolaat
exactly Mr. Jallow you highlighted here key important points here. I would just appreciate it if you can just say these things in Fula. I wish I can speak Jola so I could have just highlighted these things in Jola and Sarahula as well.
Okay, good. I want to say a little bit add to what they said in English, then I will come to Fula. And what I want to add to what they are saying is I'm calling on the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, if it is possible, they include a curriculum that is called nationalism in our school. Because all developed countries, their people learn. First, they teach them about nationalism. Nationalism is one of the most important things in this world. Because once you know your country, you know your culture, you will not be ruined by anyone. Because nationalism teaches you loving your nation. And once you love it, even whereas you will have bad people within that society, but they will be few, they will be hiding. And even whereas they want to do it, they have to remember something. So nationalism it plays a crucial role in maintaining peace and fighting tribal baseline in every country. For example, other countries you see everyone must serve in the national army, in the security forces. There are countries that force people to serve at least 2 years. That is nationalism, loving your nation. So it means they will be teaching them from the grassroots level up to level where by the time they finish, they will love their country. Because when you love your country, even there nobody is checking you in your office, you will remember God.
Exactly.
Because you will know that I'm serving my country, not myself. But if you are not aware of the importance of nationalism, all you think of is your own pocket. How will you fill your pocket with a lot of money that you think it will never get finished? But at the end of the day, when you leave that office, all the money you obtain is in the wrong way. At the end of the day, you will suffer no matter what, because you will not even enjoy that money. That is one. Two, and I have realized that, as Sukai was saying earlier, you will see somebody will tell his child, okay, be very careful. You see that compound there? Don't go to that compound. Because don't even drink there. Don't even eat there. Someone who is about 5 years, you trying to inculcate poisoning the brain. Please don't eat in that compound. Don't go to that compound. So what does that tells us? It means you are destroying a whole society. You are poisoning an entire nation. Because that child, if he or she grows up with that mind, he will also inculcate that idea to his or her child. So it means this trend will continue. So stopping it will be a problem. This is where we are at the moment. We have seen politicians standing on the platform will be saying, okay, if you don't vote for me in this particular area, I will not build a road for you. I will not build a hospital for you. A president of a nation.
And the law is saying that taxpayers, 60% of the tax must go back to the communities.
Yes.
In the form of development.
Is those people even who put you there? But why are you talking about those people? If you don't do this, if you don't do this, you even try to identify a particular tribe. You even try to identify a particular tribe. So we have seen that. We have seen politicians going into deep villages, pumping money, giving money to individuals. Go to that certain community, give it to particular person, tell them, please, I want them to vote for me. But that politician, after voting for him or her, at the end of the day when he will win the election, my friend, 5 years he will not even give you a butut. And you will be there suffering. So you see this, the strategy they play. You see how dangerous tribal baseline affect national development. Because you are after your own interests. You're not looking at the interests of that individual or those communities that you are giving that particular money. And you know very well, you the one giving, that this money you give in there, you are giving it for a purpose. And those people you are giving that money to, they don't even know that you are giving it for a purpose. They think you love them. While it is not even love. Because if you love an individual, you, as somebody who is having a position in a country, you don't give to individuals. You give it to that particular community. See what they need. Do you know that there are communities in the Gambia, they still move more than 5 kilometers to fetch clean drinking water? Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know that?
Yeah.
Do you know that there are communities in the Gambia here, their children will walk for more than 5 kilometers to attend a primary school? Do you know that there are communities in the Gambia here, they will walk for more than 7, 10 kilometers to get access to hospital, to health? Do you know that?
Yeah.
From 1965, I'm talking about up to date. From 1965 up to date. I think we should have passed that stage now, especially in the area of clean drinking water. It's the easiest thing we can have in the Gambia here. So when I think of the situation at times, it's frustrating, but we hope that Gambians will learn a lot and they will listen. Also, they will help the Gambia First NGO to grow up and then try to, we want to show them our strength, we want to show them our agenda, we want to show the Gambian people what they don't know, we want to let them know what they don't know and what will benefit them, and or remind some of them. because the strength of tribal baseline is going deep, deep. And honestly, if this continue, it will create a problem. We have seen where countries where tribal baseline, political tribal baseline have happened. We have seen countries that suffer in it. For example, you see Rwanda today. We have seen Rwanda, how it passed there, that tribal baseline politics.
And they overcome it.
And they overcome it. And here, we can also overcome it easily. So I think I will stop there for the section, and you want me to elaborate a little bit on
in Fula, so that those who can speak Fula can also have this important message.
Okay, thank you very much, Dauda. Yetta mami do jarna ma moƴƴa wona seeɗa wonani la weltare hande argol Fatu Network ɗo tawede o programme innete ɗo di Gambia Force, min ko Alpha Mar Diallo mi innete o organisation o kafu ko men formiri mo ko fi jangingol yimɓe Gambia ɓen pour andina ɓe pour leƴƴi e nder leydi Gambia ɗo ni hare ko woni hakkude leƴƴi ɗin e ko andanɗani ko hunɗum addi ɗin leƴƴi ha yiɗi fewdo ɗo ni hiɗi natodira goɗɗo no anda yimɓe ɓe no yiyodira anda min komi ceɗɗo, min komi pullo, min komi joola, ma min komi jolfo, ɗin piiji siifa Gambia duuɓi yawtunoɗi ɓaawo hewɗi hare enen anda fi ɗum. Kono joni en yi fewdo ɗo ni ɗum fayda naati ka nder galleji men naati sana fayda naati te heewi te no addi bonanda mawɗo ka hakkundeji men enen tun gila ka cuuɗi men ka galleji men ka nder leydi. So ɗum noon ko hunde nde andanɗani ko bonanda ko addata kon ko hunde mawde, because adday angal famodirgol, adday angal jaam hakkunde yimɓe, adday hare mawde hakkunde yimɓe. A yiya e aaden e goɗɗo e ɓeygu mum no waddi because of politique, ɗum fof eɗen hiya ɗum e nder ndi leydi. Goɗɗo e ɓiɗɗo makko no haɓa fi politique, miñan e koto no haɓa fi politique. ɓe wona galle goto hiɓe defa, oɗo defa ɗo, oɗa defa ɗa, oɗa defa ɗo, ɓe fof ko fonnoɓe hawtude ɓe defa. Kono because oɗo ko oɗa political party woni, oɗa ko oɗa woni, oɗa ko oɗa woni, joni ɓe ara ɓe sertidira defagol maɓɓe ngol. Oya ƴetta dépense mum o jonna debbo makko on ɗon defa ɗum ɗo, oya kadi jonna oɗa defa ɗum, oɗa kadi jonna oɗa defa. Haray ɓe fof ko hawtuɓe nene baba, woɓɓe ɓen no hawti baba, woɓɓe ɓen ko nene ɓe hawti e nder galle gote, tawa toon hiɓe saggini kaleraji ko yata nayyi. Ndi ɗum ɗon fof haray ko hunde nde andanɗa na ko foti wadde haray labaka. So haray minen o NGO di Gambia Fes ko ɗum men immani e nder ndi leydi, hollugol Gambian ɓen wallodira ɓe jaɓɓito men minen kadi yombani waɗugol harɓugol wano ɗum piiji siifa, because haɓugol num no wayni sa ala doole haray no satti. E yi NGO ji hewɗi goɗɗi ari ɗo kadi kafuji ko ɗum ɓe ari ɓe darani kono sakkitorde ɓe ronkuyade, because piiji hewɗi no naati e mum. Kono minen meɗen dari e dow koyɗa men ha tiiɗa, mi yiya wondema ne ɗum o programme men immini ɗo o continue o wawa yaade e nder Gambia hakkude ɗo e 2026 élection aroyo on, because enen fof eɗen andi political stage mo wonɗen on fewɗo Gambia ɗo ko fonnade ɗo andanɗane ko fi o leƴƴi fi fewɗo ɗo ni ɗum no heewi moƴƴa e nder leydi ndi. So e dow ɗo hakkude ɗo e 2026 minen kadi min waɗa e kattana men e feere amen e doole amen min daara ko honno min wawata at least wallodirde e yimɓe ɓe andanɗaɓe ɓen ko ɓen woni ɓiɓɓe leydi Gambia ɓen, hiɓe ɗo ɓe ƴettude hunde ɓe jonna goɗɗo woto ɓe ndaaru ƴettugol place jonna goɗɗo sarku place président yagal, wota ndaaru o ko pullo, wota ndaaru o ko ceɗɗo, wota ndaaru o ko jolfo. Ndaaru neɗɗo mo andanɗane o sa jonni mo ndi leydi o wawani nangude te o doginay ndi. E nafa ma, e nafa ceɗɗo, e nafa pullo, e nafa jolfo, ala nafa leñol. So e do hakkunde ɗo ɗum ko ɗum men faala wadde tawi men ndaara si men heɓi ballal e junngo yimɓe ɓen min wawa ɗum continuirde yara moƴƴa, ko ɗum woni hamme amen dal.
Mirande time joni ko heddi ɗuuɗa way ha joni tun mbina murla onkul saho kan pour ila kumo kum fadula ɓe kelab men to, because ngajale ko wato kete kuti mi yalon ko mol jam fa kam ba kela teñiten benna
awra Fatu nyanda kela 3 hours leti bari 1 hours tende sila
albe murla jane inshallah
adu ninko mbe banko be kacala sa sembo be warla wada hankabi mbe Fatu danila hankabi ate fon ke membati alo alfali e bundali yele momo lafta kala membati nga pousse amam pousse comme jani 2026 ni lafta pousse la fo jani Gambia be kirila ake hakiloti sondomol kono ngata mala wala tina Islamic Spring Council ni be kacha sotlale ibe dina modi lante la mimbe sila ni si fato ka si fatan fanso kacha dino balanta ala nyaade anaka munetinya bari ntesi ado tafo no nga politiko tafo mbe mo fanan sotla mi alon ko be kafla ka ado fanan ta kacha adu be banko be ya ilala ado abe dunla bunda be kono suke bunda kilinfo atemu dinu wote aya moyle nte ajele Gambia konoja ni amoy mol ka fo Gambia sunju kilinam musu kiline ka mo be susundi ni ko salam alaykum Gambia dura kay nampal asusu muinam asafo ko ndimma ji la ranka luntango ila ni la ranka nim fano keta ay dasa mo di luntan folo e kule ha asafa ke man koto ni luntango ni ngabu nyaade ilafta munela ay kodindi ndi ala ta business ola na aja kasali akala dino practice abuka sinyirin kade asafu ko don te nyi ko rosi nyami ngasuke di ala ba ya suke di ala ole Gambia sindi ole Gambia ki Gambiati barsa hani ite kanso bidon jiola ngami ko da bunda to ite son dama mar ndox dole mo may ndox dedet hay kana jodi ala abulay tambi bari asembo aka politician le batandi dinantelti gosi fele ni lafta Gambia dindo bon la ka Gambia dindo dundi ta no la gosi mo kin buka ken so kama hanika bimbe duwa kelambe dani rokel ko min ba kol kono asiya batale dina nyaton kolu na bosi afo nyami schoolol to radiol to Gambia journalistolu journalist fonni kemi be nyim banko kan be duwala be albakata kan bakele ado albe diamu kan ka duniya kolu dundi Gambia banko molu hakiloto barali nyinata albuko kukilin dundi hakiloto nkali la moy bakele wole mu politicianolu nuye kibaro nati pour quitter le populandi aller demander info si fatan fanso ali o laka ni yo kuma sifal nati ali o do demander info je ali na banko la kende ya ni kunun tara kolu alkana nyino la ali o nati kan hakilo bulanda la ngalon ko kunun te kala ko bide dunia kata nyatole so ni doye nyimo ya safa ni lafta mu ajela ko Gambia kunu mana bi masikiliya ba wata nyama tal wata kenola ha ate kenola bar akana ntinya fana puye toli ndima be tubabu do akoni na raje ni tara school ki karandi telephone daji ko ni la ado le la folo o kola yekun ila society kono bar ni mo karete kula society kono be kala bandi oleti sayte kayto dile la say kay bay yetu wabol jele ñinam banna salo ya ko boni tara dara loto lafta sifadan fanso le practice la fa jawya fa man jawya nga fulo je lori sadio julo babul bi nga sadio muta nkay ko yo tukulor nga dawda akam fata fanya wuleta ala sadio busina tata lo jana tata no man kay ko ngombe diam la ko ñoko ling ma wax sauf que Sénégal la dina xoti sa biir bi nkay lu xew akoy ko lutangam waxulo mané nit la waxulo mané sénégalais la nga di ma wax ne ndax man tukulor la sauf que tukulor def na lu bon nit xamé tukulor man dinay maré gis nga fum boné man dinay maré man tukulor te man doomi man sénégalais la suñu ré sénégalais fi te tukulor la te tukulor mo def fi lu bon ñaari réew dinañ tak gis nga yefi xeet num boné yet si fadam fansu ja jawyata ñam amuruta ko ñako ni te ni nara Sénégal ni ngi suuté mbi fala bari o banko kan ajibe ni lafta banku dimbon la ka banku dindundi very easy isa woso bari Gambia se tritara fo janin dunia be kirlante banku dimbon lan se banku dindundi no bari politicien ko le batandi auto politicien wala nyanda kanyi programme sponsor nga banko ya yala
inshallah
thank you very much
sukay gis na ne the time is against us now. Fan nga gaaral sa kàddu.
Uncle Saho, thank you. Li wax am na solo. Ba tey rek dinañ ne tribalism amut fi place te dinañ def suñ utmost best pour make sure ne organisation bi dina go forward ñu do all it takes to make sure ne tamit ñi nga xamante ne ñooy politicians yi nga xam ne ñoo bëgg a indi this tribal issue tribalism bi nag comme just to make it clear nekkul ne 2016 la start lii start na depuis since Jammeh's era ñun Jammeh's era lañ fekkee so I would say during Jammeh's era la this tribalism start into this political issue silam si duga so the only thing that we can do mooy su fekkee ne politicians yi ñoom seen boppa lañ gis they only see themselves ñun as Gambians buñ nangu loolu mu dictate ñu so let's do what it takes to make sure ne Gambia bi nga xamante ne bëgg nañ ko especially ñun ñi nga xamante ne ñooy ndaw ñi nañ try to eradicate this issue of tribalism especially when it comes to politics so part of ñun organisation bi lañ bëgg a def daaw da balaa mën a bàyyi quickly bëgg nañ suñ amee dat sponsor bi nga xamante ne bëgg am nañ ko funding from different organizations tamit bëgg nañ tamit képp ki nga xamante ne bëgg naa join the organisation let the person come forward be it an individual member or an organisation nañ ñëw come forward because ñun luñ bëgg si organisation bi dafa rëy torop because bëgg nañoo dem into different parts of the Gambia dem rural Gambia and everywhere before 2026 bëgg nañoo achieve li nga xamante ne président bu ñoo elect wala su fekkee ne dañ fee bàyyi président bi wala dañoo elect whatever it takes dañ make sure results bi it will not be based on tribe that is our main objective.
Thank you so much. Quickly, Jallo, you can quickly tell us the source of funding you people have at this time before you conclude, because time is something that is against us at this point.
First of all, I want to say that the source of funding we have is not much. It's from individuals, not very much anyway, very little. And also we are seeking help from any individual, also organizations, and then from private sectors as well, whosoever can come into our aids and then help us to run some of our programs, which is very expensive for us to do it for the time being. And then the other thing about our doors are open also for membership to individuals as well as organizations, and then they can also reach us at our office at Tiba Garage, and also with our numbers, also that is 3184800. That is the Deputy Director, 3184800, and also you can reach us at 5289230. Suka, your number also. Sukai's number is 7299446. These numbers you can reach us, and as I said, our doors are open to individuals and organizations who want to come in and be part of us, and we move forward to fight against tribal baseline in the Gambia.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Jallo. Thank you, Mr. Saho, and thank you, Sukai, for having spent time with us today to discuss these important issues that you just highlighted. To our viewers, we thank you very much for taking your time out of your busy schedules to watch us at the FAT Network. I've been your host, Dauda Balde. Thank you, stay tuned, and enjoy the rest.